Hey guys, welcome to Whiskey Cinema. It's been a little bit for us. I'm your host, Dano Holzer. With me forever is Brandon, Brando, Marlon, Brandon, Rich.
Yeah, can't explain how excited I am right now.
Dude, you thought you got rid of us, but you know what? Your Valtrex didn't work. We're back.
We took a break. That's it.
Today on Whiskey Cinema, we're going to be talking about our favorite movies of the year. We're celebrating the new 2019 by celebrating our 2018. Some of the movies that we love, some movies that we thought could have done better, and some of the ones coming up that we're really looking forward to in the new year.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. There's a lot of good movies last year, too. A lot of shitty movies I can't wait to go over.
Yeah, there's like kinds of, I think hype is a huge part of watching movies.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like if your buddy's like, dude, this movie was great, it was fantastic, and you see it and it was just good, all of a sudden that's now a bad movie.
That's true. And you know, I'll start it off right here.
Oh.
It's not my most overrated, but it was so hyped. I wanted to see this one. My favorite superhero is Spider-Man.
Okay.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I didn't think it was as good because it got way too overhyped.
Oh, you're talking about the cartoon one.
I'm talking about the cartoon one.
Gotcha.
It came out not too long ago.
You're very by yourself in opinion.
I get that. Like, it was still a good movie to me. I was like, I enjoy this. I see people who just having casual conversations and just be like, go see this movie. It's amazing. I'm like, this good, huh? Everybody on my Facebook, my Instagram, everybody's like, it's the best movie I think I've ever seen. I'm like, Jesus. If I would have saw it like right when it came out or whatever, I probably would have liked it more, but it got too overhyped for me.
It's hard because I was in that boat, right? You don't want it to be overwhelming or underwhelming. You want to be whelmed. You just want to be whelmed.
Yep.
You just want to be whelmed, and
I love being whelmed.
and I saw a lot of hype into it. Kind of the same thing. Like, but I also, when something gets pushed up too much, I immediately think it's gonna suck. Like, I just go the other route. They're like, this is the greatest. I'm like, it's not going to be that good.
I went in thinking it was going to be a really good movie, too, because Spider-Man, love him.
See, and I really liked it. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was a really good movie.
It was like, I like any movie that does not take itself so seriously. They have Spider-Ham in it, voiced by John Mulaney.
Yeah, they had Nick Cage.
Animals Talk in Your Universe.
They had Nick Cage playing the Spider-Man Noir, Detective Spider-Man.
It was fun.
I mean, it was, like I said, it was a really good movie. But I kept seeing, like, best movie of the year, one of the best movies in decades, shit like that. I'm like, I don't know if I'd go
That's
that
rough. You don't ever want something to be like, when you see something that's 90% on Rotten Tomatoes or, like, getting, like, 5 out of 5 stars, you're like, dude, this better be good.
Yeah.
So I really liked that. I liked all the voice acting. The Spider-Mans were, like, Chris Pine, I think, voiced the Spider-Man in the kids' universe that I don't want to do any spoilers, but that's the major one in his universe. And then a different one, the guy from Jurassic World. And
he's in movies. He's in Tag, another 2018 movie.
I love when we don't know the name of an actor. That's so funny.
I can't think of his name when I tell my wife, oh, that's this guy. When I'm on camera, that's...
Dude, I saw a thing that said, like, the closest thing you can do to being a ghost is when you're listening to a podcast and they don't know the name of somebody. And you're just going like, come on! It's Val Kilmer! It's Val Kilmer! But a lot of good actors in it. And it didn't take itself that seriously, but it was still like the dad wants the son to love him and all these different things. They had a giant scorpion guy, so it's still like a comic book.
Yeah, like I said, I did really enjoy the movie, but I just thought it was overhyped. And I probably would have enjoyed it more if everybody wasn't saying greatest movie since, I don't know, Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, that's a good parallel. I remember Morgan Freeman, he's all, Peter Parker walked into...
Yeah, Peter Parker.
He could get knocked over by a strong breeze.
Speaking of Tag, though, I thought about putting that one as my underrated movie.
Tag was
a funny movie.
Tag was really fun.
It starts off just right out the gate funny.
Yeah.
Just a guy Tag is just a bunch of adults who play tag. That's it. They just sneak into each other's works and their personal lives and tag.
It's based on a true story, too. It's like a lifelong running game of tag. These friends that moved all across the country, and they're keeping the game up. Like, if you tag your friend, there's no tag back. So the guy could have flown to Pennsylvania just to tag you, and you're running for your life. But then when they tag you, you're like, hey, man, good to see you. You want to come by for dinner? So, fuck yeah, I'm here for 2 weeks. I don't know how long it took me to tag you. I've been here for 4 days. So, like, it's neat that it's a true story. They got John Hamm in it, Hannibal Buress, and
Ed Helms. That one guy that we can't remember his name.
Jeremy Renner. Everyone else but him we can name.
Yeah,
But that was a fun movie.
It was. But it starts off just a guy gets a job. Ed Helms gets a job as a janitor at his friend's work, just so he can go in during a meeting and tag him.
Yeah, he has like a fake mustache. And he's the guy's reading his resume. He's like, "You have a fully functional veterinarian practice. Why would you want to be a janitor?" He's like, "I just want to do what I love."
He like sweeps a can off the desk. I just love cleaning. He's like, "That was full." He's like, I'll go get you a new one. I'll go get you a new one.
He's all, "Consider me starting right now." The guy's like, "You ruined my soda." He's like, "I am so sorry. Get a new soda will be cool." Okay, I do apologize.
And then like the guy getting tagged gets like, I don't want to be tagged. He throws a chair through a window.
Oh, I love it. No, he doesn't. He does what every person would do. The guy's like, "I got you cornered, pal." Game's over. He goes, "Is it?" John Hamm grabs the chair, who looks like a very muscular Steve Carell, by the way. Grabs the chair and swings in the glass and just bounces off and kind of hits him.
Right.
And the guy goes, "You alright?" And he goes like, "Yeah, I think we're better in the movies," or something like that. And he tags like, "You're it." And he goes like, "Hey, good to see you, man." He's like, "Yeah, thanks." And they leave, and that was so... To me, that was like the perfect start of the movie. You knew the sense of humor.
It was a great start. That set the tone for the movie, and I didn't think it disappointed.
No. There was a couple good comedies that were kind of like that this year. Game Night was another one that came out 2018.
Oh, man.
Jason Bateman
might have been my underrated. It didn't get enough hype. Okay. I thought it was one of the funniest movies of the year.
Yes, and the same kind of deal. Jason Bateman's in there, who you guys know from Arrested Development?
Yeah, he's in that. Ozarks.
Ozarks is a fantastic show.
2.
Which one?
Teen Wolf 2.
Okay. That is... Come on. Yeah, you guys remember Teen Wolf 2? That great
classic. It's one of those sequels that's better than the original.
I mean, maybe. I don't know if I've seen Teen Wolf 2.
I haven't either. I just know he's in it.
That's so funny. But another one. Great sense of humor. They walk in, he goes like, "We're going to have a staged abduction." And the guy's walking there breaking tables and like throwing knives. Like, "This is good dip right here." So funny. Right. Definitely watch that movie.
Rachel McAdams in it too, who's from Wedding Crashers. And
yeah.
I mean, that's all I need to say. Everybody's seen that movie.
Yeah, and others. So, that I can't remember.
Any time-traveling movie where the wife is falling back in love or something.
Is that her niche?
Yeah, she doesn't allow time travel.
Name 4.
Doctor Strange, The Time Traveler's Wife, the other ones. So there we go.
Time Traveler's Wife?
That's a movie.
Well, I know, but that's in the title. Like, of course there's time traveling and she's a wife in it. I feel like you're just pitching.
No, absolutely not. So it's a funny movie. It was maybe my favorite comedy of the year.
Game Night?
It has one of our favorite characters in it. The neighbor who just wants to be included after the divorce.
God, he's the... Yeah, he's best. He's the best because everyone has a friend like that that's like...
Yeah, mine's right here.
Okay. Well, I take that as a compliment because I love that guy.
He
watches the dog. He's like, "Not having a party tonight?" Like, "Nope, just quiet night home. A bag of chips for just you 2. They had a deal. You buy 3, you get the 4th one free. What can I say?
That doesn't seem profitable.
Doesn't seem financially responsible for a company to be doing that with some chips. What can I tell you? I'm not going to pass up on a deal.
They have their friends sneak in the window for game night.
Yeah, he's like, "I didn't say."
You said sneak in the window.
He's like, "I sneak in the back door." Every one of them comes through the window, like Jason Bourne.
Yeah, that was a really funny movie.
Yeah, Game Night was a really good one. Definitely check that one out. There's been a couple 2018 like I would say like thriller movies too that were really good that I really liked.
Absolutely.
A Quiet Place.
Oh God.
We
talked about that one. That one's so good.
Love A Quiet Place. It's another one that's kind of like writer-director thought it through. John Krasinski had this idea and just made it happen. Well done. They all did their homework. They learned to sign for it because in that movie, if you haven't seen it, it's a world where you can't make sound or these monsters come out and kill you. But anything that's thought out is well done. You can tell immediately. They play board games with pieces of cloth. They can't have even little ticks on the board is too much noise.
Yeah, they're playing Monopoly with just like crocheted pieces.
Yeah. It's like, I'll be the orange ball, you can be the tiny pillow. He's like, "Okay, that's fine."
Can I be the dust bunny?
That was a great movie. The monsters are great. The family dynamic's so strong. You are scared in that movie.
You are. It's intense.
They hide the monsters, which I always say this in monster movies. If you show the monster in the first 20 minutes, your movie's going to suck. And keep your monsters out of the light. I don't care how good your graphics are or your costume is. Keep it in the dark. Nothing's scarier than one person like going like, I wonder if it's got like mandibles, because that's what scared me. And then if they don't see it, I bet it had mandibles. You have to like play off of people's fears. If you show the whole rubbery costume, it's gonna look terrible.
All right, well then let's go to the flip side. Bird Box, sensation right now. It's every meme ever.
Bird Box, yeah.
They don't show the monster because it's not a fucking monster. First of all, it's your worst fear.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
How do you know?
They say.
Oh, easy. Okay. Aggressive.
They say.
Okay. Apparently my Bird Box is having you yell at me.
But well, that's fine. Don't be on the show if you don't want to get yelled at.
Go ahead. I'm ready now.
But people are mad. I really wanted to see the monster. I wanted to see the creature. First of all, just imagine John Cena. Can't see him anymore.
Can't see or Drax. Drax is out there murdering.
He's just standing still the whole time.
Bird Box is a movie out on Netflix right now with Sandra Bullock, and the premise of it is something is come to Earth, risen from the ground, or aliens. They don't even tell you. Ghosts, who knows? And if people look at it, they go insane and kill themselves. Yeah. And there's sections of people that almost like a worm on a hook. When they see it, they don't go crazy, but they want everyone else to see it.
They've gone crazy. I assume they're pretty messed up in their real life, if that's what's...
Well, because the one guy was working at the meat plant with him, and he went crazy. He's always had some weird ideas, but I never thought that he was... And I was like, well, he doesn't sound crazy. He sounds like an eccentric guy.
Oh, so you just have to be eccentric.
It's like, I don't think sharks are real. I think that they're robots, so people won't explore the rest of the planet. I'm like, that guy doesn't sound crazy.
I don't believe in ice. Ice is not a thing.
Yeah. I don't think that the moon affects the tides, but I do think werewolves exist.
That was a good movie. I mean, it's kind of the same premise as Quiet Place.
It's a little flipped, but
you can't see, but you can talk, which made it an intense movie in its own way. You follow Sandra Bullock traveling down a river, and they do flashbacks to when it first started.
Yeah.
And how she got to that point. John Malkovich is in it with the only character who was smart.
Love it. I did. I fucking loved it.
I liked him. He's like, Tyler, don't listen to this guy. He's a piece of shit. I'm going to kill him. And they're like, nah, we're good people. You got to be a piece of shit sometimes to survive.
You ever seen The Walking Dead? How many good guys make it?
Gods. The ones that, do are usually the pieces of shit.
That's right.
And you're like, are they really good guys at this point?
Are they really? 2018, I'm not, super sure on the dates. Would you say that it came out 2018?
Ooh.
Are you sure?
Ooh, I don't know.
Because that was going to be my best movie of 2018.
That's a really good movie.
Don't you have the box nearby?
Oh, man. Yeah, it's alright.
Brought to you by Mop and Glow. Hey, you ever got a Mop and Glow on the go? Use Mop and Glow.
I don't have it.
Well, shit. Anyways, that was maybe my best movie of 2018, which I think it was, but I'm not. It might have been right before. It might have been December, November of 2017.
It might have been.
But we're not going off of that. We go off the pagan calendar. So, it is my movie of 2018 that that I thought was the best, and that was a movie that scared me as a kid. And I know a lot of people that don't like horror movies.
Yeah.
So, if you take me to a concert that I don't like the music, you're like, dude, do you like ska? I'm like, no. He's like, we're going. And I take him to ska, and I'm like, I had the greatest fucking time at the ska concert. Then that band is really good. And I got people that don't even like horror movies that got into it. And for me, that was probably... Yeah, I gotta say that's one that I'm super looking forward to in 2019 as well.
Yes, It Chapter 2.
Oh, there you go. That's I'll tie it in. Even if it was 2017, 2019 movie.
Yeah. Boom! That's professionalism right there, guys. We've been off a little bit.
Or scrambling, maybe.
Nah, we like professionalism. That's how we do it here. We practice. We don't just sit.
Do you have the movie back there to help?
No, I do own the movie.
Shit!
I let someone borrow it though, so that's how good it is. I gotta make sure everybody sees it.
So if you haven't seen it, which why? If you don't like horror movies, I totally get it. My dad called me and he said, "This movie's getting a lot of hype. Is it good?" And I said, "Yeah, it's really good. You should see it. Don't go into there with the huge expectations, but it's gonna be good." And he's like, "Is there gore in it?" And I'm like, "Nope, there's none." And he called me the next day. He goes, "The first fucking 3 minutes, the kid gets his arm bitten off." He goes, "It doesn't even wait. And the arm bit off. You said there's no gore." And I was like, I had to get you in that movie theater, boss. I had to get you in there. I had to get you to sit.
No, there's none. Swear on your mother. Yes.
Swear on your PlayStation. He bites his arm off. He bites his arm off. But that was my movie that I was like just so happy to see they did it right. And the sequel's gonna be good. Stephen King's got like Pet Sematary also coming out in 2019. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
there's a few.
Castle
good ones coming
Rock,
out.
he has a show, which was pretty good too. Stephen King's having a comeback.
Yeah, with Skarsgård in it too.
Oh, Castle Rock? Yeah. Did you ever watch it?
I haven't watched it yet.
It's good. It's a little bit of it's kind of movie or the kind of show where you're watching it and you're like, I don't think I'm interested in watching this anymore. And at the end, they're like, well, good thing he didn't look down here where I have this body buried. And you're like, what? And then the next episode they explain it, but it'll kind of get slow. And you're like, I don't think I want it. He's like, I've killed 123 people at the end. You're like, 123
It does
people?
just enough to keep you enticed.
Well, at the very end, too, they do a cliffhanger. You're like, I have to know. I have to
Yeah.
know. Who's buried there? Tell me.
Speaking of Skarsgård, I'll tie it into my top movie of 2018.
I'll drink this if it's good.
It better fucking be good.
Oh,
Deadpool 2!
Oh, man.
I could
That's
not.
my shot glass right there.
Deadpool. I got Deadpool on a shot glass.
Deadpool 2. That's your best movie?
That's my best movie. I couldn't
Okay.
not say it.
It's very barely. Speaking of that, what we're drinking today is out of our Whiskey Cinema Barrel, bought to us by our sponsor, our producer, Jordy.
Because they're not really a sponsor, but yeah, our producer bought this as a gift.
Yep.
Right before we got started up again.
She's like, hey, so far you guys have made negative $300, so
We're really in the hole. Help us out!
a GoFundMe. More alcohol.
Oh, God, I would love that. This alcohol ain't cheap. I buy this every day because we drink so much.
Yeah.
We're really into our jobs.
Just push down our emotions.
But Deadpool 2 is my favorite movie. I don't really need to talk about it. It's Deadpool. But, you know,
You know what you can talk about is the re-release, which never happens with movies, where they made a PG-13 version.
Once Upon a Deadpool. That was a really good movie. If you like this first one.
And if you like Princess Bride, where they constantly have jokes about it, which is so funny that they tie in, like, Fred Savage is in the bed just like he was, getting the book read to him. He's like, I don't want to be here. Deadpool's like, next chapter.
Yeah.
So funny.
They edit a few scenes. They just straight up beep a lot of the cuss words.
That's
They
good.
just have a beep machine that Deadpool will address that he is pushing while he's reading the story. But I mean, it is a pretty good movie. The original, or Deadpool 2, is an overall better movie than Once Upon a Deadpool. But they re-released this, and they gave a lot of the money to charity as well.
That's cool. And they need to do PG-13s, which I didn't know, but I have friends that go, finally I can watch Deadpool. I go, what do you mean? They go, well, I don't watch rated R movies. Like adults. And I was like, no way.
Are they really adults?
I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I don't watch it. He's like, I just don't do it. He's like, because I have to watch a lot of stuff with my kids or my wife, and they just don't watch rated R
Then be
movies.
Father of the Year. Take him to Deadpool.
Well, one of them is my brother, and I'm like, dude, my dad raised me on X-Files when I was 8 because that's what he wanted to watch.
That's what my dad did. He's like, we're watching Chucky.
No! Hold the Chucky doll to make you comfortable. But he doesn't watch them. He's just, some people are dads, some people just aren't in R-rated movies, which he's now going to watch Deadpool, the R-rated version, and he hasn't seen an R-rated movie in like 5 years because,
Well, it's that good. Both of them.
yeah, it's
All
fantastic.
Deadpool, anything, except for
Deadpool's
Wolverine Origins. Amazing.
one. Which they address in Deadpool.
They do. A few times. A lot of times.
Let's go overrated. Let's get an overrated.
You want my overrated?
I do.
Oh, man.
I want to know what route we're going.
Hereditary.
Yeah, Hereditary. Go ahead, tell me about the horror movie.
I'm not sure what it's about. I'm not at all sure. Weird movie. It kept me interested for about half the movie, and then it kind of just fizzled out. It's a lot of boringness, nonsense. I figured out what was going to happen at the end,
Mm-hmm.
which I think, I mean, they kind of like want you to.
Yes.
They leave the clues. But then it took like a complete 360, and there's just a bunch of naked people standing around everywhere, and you're just like, what in the fuck just happened? None of this was happening in the movie, and it's just not a good movie. One of my least favorite movies of the year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about Slenderman?
Slenderman's just a dog shit on top of that.
A good year for horror films. Just It
God,
was
it
good.
was so bad. Slenderman is the worst movie I've ever seen. I wanted to put that as my underrated, but it didn't get rated good. People know.
Yeah.
People know that's just dog shit. Like, that's just garbage. That movie's garbage. Why make that movie, guys?
Sometimes they do this stuff with these ideas, and I don't know if it's like a producer or a writer that fails upwards and directs. I don't know what it is. Or it just doesn't work. Sometimes you get a bad editor, and it's not what anybody had planned.
Well, they got to bet everything in this movie. I mean, the costumes weren't good. There was parts where I laughed because I could just tell how fake something was.
Oh, that's the worst. When you're laughing at a...
Right? They're like, oh, this is a intense moment. What is she wearing? What? Oh, that's scary? Sorry, guys.
Dude, I laughed when I watched the Halloween movie, an actual horror movie that was good this year.
That was a really good movie.
But that's only because I watch horror movies wrong. Slashers, I root for the killers more often than I do the people.
Who doesn't?
Okay, well, see, you're on my side. My wife was elbowing me. My wife, Chrissy, was like, you're ruining this movie for me. And I go, I am so sorry. I did not realize you're rooting for the stoner who's dressed up in drag, who just dropped his phone in a punch bowl so that there wasn't a plot hole later where he had a phone that he got shoved on the fence.
They always drop like, oh my god, I left my phone in my pants back there and we're naked. That's fair. You did.
Well,
That's
you
your
have
fault.
to. Like, it's so hard to make a horror movie nowadays.
Yeah.
They're like, let's go to an island. No cell reception? Because if they have cell reception,
You have
it's
to
so
eliminate
much
the cell-
harder.
You have to eliminate the cell phone. Or
Why
else
is my
there's-
battery dead? You need Shazam to be charging motherfucking phones.
you just bring by a magnet. Just touch your phone. It's like, phone's dead. Phone's dead.
You shitty guy walks by and he misses you, hits your phone every time. Yeah, so Halloween I did that, I laughed, but I actually really liked Halloween too. I thought the characters were good,
Mhm.
but, you know, I don't know. I have a hard time with some horror movies where I'm like, I don't know. But if I have a plot hole in a movie, then sometimes it ruins the whole movie for me.
Sure.
Sometimes you'll see a part in it and you're like, there's no way we can get out of here. We'll have to go forward. And you're like, that window looks super breakable behind you. Break that motherfucker. When the werewolf's coming in this way, you don't go like, everyone get a stick. Go through the window.
No, you absolutely get sticks.
Get
Then
a
you
stick.
throw them, and he chases them. Come on, man. Werewolf 101. You don't know how dogs work?
He comes back with your neighbor's leg.
Every dog can be tamed. I've seen Alpha, another 2018 movie.
Hey, yeah, I saw it.
Pretty good.
I didn't see Alpha. I didn't want to... Wasn't that made by WWF? Like WWE Studios?
I don't even know. But it was a good movie overall.
I kind of make like a mental note. Like, if it's made by people that are muscular actors... Chris Hemsworth
No,
movies.
WWE will do movies now, but they're not always just, we have our wrestlers in this movie as the main star. It's like, they're in there. You just gotta keep your eye out for them.
You see a gas station attendant, The Undertaker.
You rang.
Yeah, can I get $5 the premium on number 3?
What?
You just see Stone Cold stocking shelves. You're like, I would like to live in that universe. It sounds fun.
This has a suck you. That'll be $3.90 though.
I'll tell you what, brother.
Alright, what's your overrated?
My overrated movie is a movie I just saw. We saw it together. Research, tax write-off. It was Aquaman.
Yeah. 60-something% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think that's why I'm making it overrated. It's also, I think the runtime is 19 hours. Is how long
It is a long movie. And it does feel long.
So I was hoping DC has Aquaman coming out and Shazam. It's famous for kind of having these really kind of convoluted, muggy, misty plot lines. We have some friends that like DC movies. I have some family that really likes it. But
No one likes DC Universe movies. Everybody likes The Dark Knight. So whatever.
everyone loves Dark. I don't even consider that in the same realm as the
No,
last
it's a DC movie.
5
not
years.
Aquaman's already DC Universe's highest grossing movie.
Isn't that crazy? Like, what a weird thought that... Because that's what I had somebody see it and they're like, yeah, it's the best DC movie. I go, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, the best one. It's better than he named, like, some really terrible ones. I go, like, well, is it a good movie or not? You have to tell me. Because,
Yeah.
like, Justice League was, like, borderline unwatchable.
The only one you can compare it to is Wonder Woman. Because Wonder Woman was a good movie.
Wonder Woman was a good movie. It was not great. Ares had a mustache in, like, the year 4. Whatever the year 4 was, Ares had
Oh,
a
mustaches.
Western just mustache.
You damn straight he did. He knows how to groom.
Wow.
Grooming doesn't just escape
Bro.
your mind. No matter what year you were born, you always want to look good. You get that fucking Arrowhead Rock and you shave your shit, man.
I'm just saying.
Come on.
They have mustache wax back when they were like writing by feathers in candlelight. Like, come on, man.
He probably
How many
had-
fucking had mustaches back in the.
He probably had
times?
a beard box shipped to him every Probably grave before you shave.
I don't know what he
Coming
has.
his way every month.
But like,
He's got put that balm in, that oil.
there's some like rough spots of that movie, but every movie has some usually.
Yeah.
Aquaman has a lot. Aquaman has some great parts that I really like. They have actors in it that are fantastic. They have Patrick Wilson, who's from Watchmen, and he was a kind of a bad guy on The Losers. Yeah, I really like that actor. I wish that he would get more things. Jason Momoa is actually really watchable. It bums me out that he doesn't get better roles. I wish that
Amber Heard, who I love redheads, is better looking as a blonde, to be honest.
She's okay. I don't know, but she did in that. She's all right.
She's not bad. William Dafoe.
William Dafoe is in that. I mean, they have some really good actors in that with not very big roles. They have a nice Little Mermaid vibe, where she goes up on land for the first time and everyone's eating fruit and someone hands her a flower. She's pretty and she eats the flower.
They definitely. It's weird. They throw a lot of like Disney references.
They do,
even though they're not Marvel. He makes some
but they're trying to
Pinocchio
get by.
jokes.
Well, better start
He's
making
like,
better movies.
hey, look at we like Disney.
The sense of humor in it's good. The first half of it is good. Also, what about we're forgetting about Nicole Kidman plays the mom?
Yeah, it's because Nicole Kidman's not an actor anymore. To be fair, she was never a good one.
Jesus.
Boom! Drop the hammer.
What about Australia?
What about her?
It's
Or
an
what about
Australian movie about Australia with Australians acting in it. This
Listen.
is a stretch.
Never been to Australia, but I've seen pictures of the snakes and the birds that come down and kill your kids and the spiders that are bigger than houses. Nicole Kidman's still the worst thing to come from Australia.
You're like, where is they live? Mordor or Australia? Is that Sydney? Or is that Mount Doom?
Mordor is just like, it's like Seattle compared to Australia.
All the orcs leave Australia. They're like, fuck this, mate. I'd rather go to the place with the joint eye. But that movie had a lot of things that could be good about it. They literally could have cut an hour out of it. They tried to make you understand why the villain looks like a Power Rangers villain, where he's making his suit. He's like, hey, make a bigger helmet. It looks like a fish bowl. Or a flower vase where it's shaped like this.
My wife looked at me as he tried out his laser beam eyes, and it didn't work. Blew up the helmet, so he's got to make it bigger. He puts it on, and she looks at me, she's like, are you fucking kidding me? What did you drag me to? What is this giant-headed bastard? Can we leave yet?
Dude, it's bad. That's how I try to compare superhero movies. Like, I remember that from issue 2516. Like, if me and you know that, it's not as fair. Because we're not a normal moviegoer at that point. If we saw a movie on, something stupid, like NASCAR, and someone's like, oh, I remember that race, that was a kid, and that guy flipped. Then that guy would be more of a fan, and he would let more go. So, if I see something that doesn't know about that, like, ideology, and they're like, this is stupid, I'm like, I am really sorry, you're right.
Yeah, I know that Black Manta's got a huge head in the comic books.
He does.
But just because it's in the comic books doesn't mean it's going to relate well on screen.
Adapt.
Yeah.
Do what Nolan did.
Do what Marvel does. Make good movies.
I didn't like, that was my one that I was really hoping it's good. Now I'm worried for Shazam, because Shazam seems like it's a fun comedy where a kid's a superhero.
I'm worried for that one. I wasn't that excited for Aquaman, but I am excited for Shazam.
Well, I was excited for Aquaman as well.
I said I wasn't that excited.
Oh, you weren't?
I thought it'd be exactly almost what I thought.
Okay. Well, I didn't. I thought that, so, James Wan, who directed, is the same guy that did The Saws, and he did Righteous Kill, I think is what it's called, with Kevin Bacon, where he goes and he, avenges his family that gets killed.
He's done the Insidious movies as well.
Yes. He's a good director.
Yeah, he's done good movies.
But an underwater world where you visit, all these different kingdoms, you could make that a Star Wars thing. It's the same idea. You're going to different planets, these different creatures, different cultures. What do you want to do? Do you want to make them, talk differently and, express money a different way and have different customs? No, I'll make crab people. And then I'll make fish people. And then I'll make this other kind of people, and then that's good. I'm like, dude, you have time. Read 2 books. And then make them act differently. Or show me an island with dinosaurs on it, then never acknowledge it. How is that?
That is true.
I don't know. It bothered me a lot. The movie was way too long. It could. Yeah. I hope they do a director's cut or something where they cut literally an hour out. If they don't do it now, they could do it.
That movie's made way too much money. They're not cutting anything out. You obviously like this movie the way it was.
Bugs me.
We're going to add more to it.
You know what sucks too is when you see somebody, and this movie, I can understand why you liked it. To be honest, it seems like they made it for 13-year-olds.
Yeah, it's not our movie. It was cheesy. Good movie. Not at all movie I'd really care to watch again.
I was about to say, like, that's how I gauge good movies. Like 3 levels of it. Would I watch it again? Maybe in 5-10 years? No. Oh, maybe I'll watch the movie again. Would you ever buy it? That's like the high thing for me.
Yeah, that's me too.
I will never watch this movie again. The only way I would buy it is if I needed to burn something to stay warm in the apocalypse, and that was the only thing that somebody could sell.
Blu-rays don't burn well, man. Trust me.
I've burned a couple Blu-rays. Some copies.
Yeah? Which ones?
Con Air.
Yeah, you didn't burn that. That thing burnt your fucking DVD player because it's so fucking fire. Yeah, that
Put
was
down the bunny rabbits.
That was not a good movie.
No, Aquaman was rough, and I think, but it's just the same thing you have with the Spider-Verse. I think that they could be good movies. If I went in there on a plane and watched it, I'd probably enjoy it more. If everyone's saying it's good, and it's making the highest grossing amount for any DC movie right now.
DC Universe.
DC Universe movie.
It's not quite made the $1 billion the Dark Knight made.
That was
Even with the shooting.
I never mind when a good movie makes money. When Fast
Doesn't
and
happen that
Furious
often.
15 makes $1 billion,
Don't worry, they're going to have spin-offs now.
someone's like, oh, did you hear about these? There's a 7-car pileup. People get injured. Like, yeah, they're probably idiots. They probably bought tickets to that movie. Statistically, less than them. They're probably trying to drift or something. I don't know. It bugs me though. But that's my overrated movie. Aquaman was rough for me. I couldn't get into it.
What about an underrated movie? So we got overrated. What's your underrated movie?
Me go?
Yeah.
Ready Player One is where I'm going with that.
Ooh, that was good.
Love Ready Player One.
We talked about it. I thought about making that mine. That one is one of my favorite movies of the year. And that I'm including Deadpool, Avengers. I'm including those movies in there. It's up there with them for me.
Yeah, and it's just done so well by Spielberg. It's a Spielberg movie.
It's a Spielberg movie.
Spielberg movie was already a book that was done. I do audiobooks, so I have to have a good narrator when I listen to a book. The book is fantastic, and the movie is like, oh, look, an award-winning book. I'll stay really close to that book.
They got it right.
What a weird idea. I have a story that works? Throw it in the garbage. I have my own ideas.
There's a lot of little like video game Easter eggs in there if you play video games, and then just pop culture in general.
Dude, there's more than... You'd have to watch that. You'd have to watch the YouTube video explaining where all of them are. Because there could be 5 in a scene that are on the same screen.
Yeah.
And it's like a mile long showing like 1,000 people standing next to each other. Like, dude, I didn't have... Is that Squirtle? Is Squirtle riding on top of a horse?
The end battle scene or whatever, all these characters are coming your way.
Yeah.
You can't catch them all, but there's a boatload of characters you can see.
We should explain it. If you haven't seen Ready Player One, it is a movie about the future, which I think is probably pretty close, where everyone goes virtual reality. They go into this place called the Oasis, where everyone gets to pick their own avatar or what they look like, and they're all competing in these different things. That's how you make money. That's how you play games and stuff.
I mean, you can feel this stuff, too, if you have the money to buy the right equipment. You can feel like someone touching you in the game.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's used for a lot of porn stuff.
Everything's made for porn. That's where...
You made it for video games originally, but porn takes over eventually.
I think there was, like, a scene where it, like, goes up these kind of shanty towns with these trailers, like, stacked on each other, and you see, like, one guy, like, boxing, and you see another girl, like, on a stripper pole, like, with the goggles on. I'm like, make that money, girl!
They show, like, the main character getting touched by his crush, and they show, like, you can see it on his suit that he wears, and I'm just like, yeah, there ain't no way that suit ain't used for porn.
Dude, come on.
No way. Dude. I need me 2 of those.
I know there's been a couple times when the wife comes home early and the guy's just sitting there on the couch. He's just doing stuff.
He's like fucking the couch. He's like, alright, you like that?
He's got like a weird makeout. Like they have an animatronic thing that doesn't look like anything, but you know what it looks like in the virtual reality.
You know, it's just like a giant robot, no skin or anything. It's not even like a modern day sex doll.
It's just like coat hangers kind of bundled in a weird direction. But then when you get the
right, a bunch of plastic together, he's like, oh,
that's too funny. But that movie was a neat idea, which is more. It was written a while ago, and it's so relevant nowadays. Virtual reality is like taking over.
It is.
So and like, well, what happens when a new business comes out? Well, people try to make money off of it. Yeah. Bad guys are a major corporation, right? It's made by a dreamer. The business gets in the way.
The second biggest, like, I don't know, virtual reality corporation in the movie wants to get this. The guy who created the Oasis hides all these little Easter eggs. There's 3 of them. You gotta find them, and if you find them, you get his share pretty much to the company. You own the company.
You get to run the Oasis however you want. So this company wants to buy it and put ads on it, and essentially like They're the reason why you guys have to watch an ad before you watch a YouTube video. Like,
There's a reason you have to watch ads during a YouTube video now.
you have to watch an ad before you're listening to our podcast.
Well, I don't know if it's that good.
Brought to you by Mop and Glow, the mop on the go.
Garbage.
But that was for me, that was my underrated.
It was really good.
And because and I'm sad to say I haven't seen it since, but I would own that movie.
I'll let you borrow it.
Yeah,
I've seen it
great.
3 times now. Every time I've seen it, there's something new I've caught.
Dude, it's fucking great.
There's scenes in there that I like more than I saw the first time I saw it because I'm like, oh, man, I did not catch this at first. The scene is just so much better. It's just written so well.
Yeah.
But what do you expect from Spielberg movie?
Spielberg, and I've had older friends of mine. They're older, and they're like, I didn't get all the pop culture references. And I was like, dude, your kid who's like 15 won't get all the pop culture references.
Yeah.
You're
Don't
not.
get the ones you don't get.
Yeah. I was like, well, plus it's just like, he told me to watch the movie, and he elbowed him. He's like, I understand that one. I got that one. That guy, he's the alien. He goes, yeah. He's like, I got this shit.
I got this. This is my movie. This is clearly made for me.
And then like Goro pops out. He's like, who the fuck's the forearm guy?
On a different kind of side, that's a sci-fi
Yep.
CGI movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go more of a dramatic movie. An underrated movie for me was The Green Book.
The Green Book. Which one's that?
The Green Book. The white driver drives a pianist through the South in the 40s.
How big? Are we talking like huge, like 4 inches?
Huge, like a lot of keys.
Yeah, I don't know. You know.
So a black guy hires this guy who is slightly racist. The beginning scene is
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, the beginning scene is him like throwing away cups because black guys touched him. He's like, I'm taking them. And his wife picks him out. He's like, we're not deaf people. So he's like, he does what he can for money. So he goes, guy hires him. And that's what he does. It's just him and this guy, and it's funny, and it's like you really feel for him, the guy, because he's just trying to be the bigger man 90% of the time, going through the South, which is still a shitty place for a black person to go through.
Let alone, when was this movie taking place?
The 40s.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. This is...
Dude, I went to school in Kentucky, and there was a sign on these back roads in Lexington, Kentucky, that said, it was on a pole, said, if you're black, turn around.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Dude, this was like 2000. Dude, this was like so recent, let alone 70 years ago.
Like a guy, like his manager or something, gives him, who's Indian, gives him a book. And it's hotels that this black guy can stay at.
Oh, that's rough.
Because they're the only ones that allow black people. And like, all these white people do hire him because he does really good.
You know why?
He handled really good.
That's why, I mean, right?
Yeah. And
I don't care what color you are as long as you get me some green, bitch.
Right? And they don't want him to eat like at their restaurant or something. Like, you played here, but like you gotta go. Like, I know this is a hotel with the 5-star restaurant, you gotta leave. And at one point, like the guy who's driving, like obviously they become close. It's based on a true story. They're still friends to this day.
That's cool.
Like he stands up
To this
for
day,
him.
aren't they dead?
They might be. I don't know. They've been friends for a while. If they died, it was pretty recent. But it's a really good movie. Done well, acted well. It's got its funny moments. There's parts where you just feel like a piece of shit.
For being a white person?
Yeah. You're just like, sorry, man. Sorry, you find the first black person you see and you apologize to him. Like, I saw that movie, man. I'm sorry. That wasn't me, I promise.
Dude, I saw a thing on Muhammad Ali, and he just won a gold for boxing. He was like 18, and he came back to his hometown, which I think is Kentucky. I can't remember what part it is in
I think
Kentucky.
he was obsessed with Kentucky, which I don't
Louisville.
know.
I think it's Louisville. I swear to God. I am obsessed. I like Kentucky. And despite their racism.
And the only person.
And he goes there, and he goes to a restaurant, and they're like, get the fuck out of here. You're not American. He goes, I just won a gold medal for America. I just won it. And they go, I don't care. Get out of here. He goes to the bridge, takes off his gold medal, and throws it in the river. And I was just like...
It's sad.
It's the same kind of feeling. You're like, that wasn't me. That isn't what I did.
Yeah.
But I will never experience that.
And you're like, how the fuck? Why do we hate these people so much? Like, I love them. You're like, oh God. Like,
Dude, the closest thing I felt is I played basketball in middle school, and I was like the only white guy on the team, and they called me Snow White. And I still laugh. I thought that was a funny reference.
I was always picked last in basketball, and I never let them down. Because I never got off the bench. I'm like, no, you play. We're winning. We don't want to. You want to? Oh, I guess we're gonna lose, guys.
Dude, I never thought about that, but that was like such a funny time. Like, I did like it was such a weird like thing. The guy's like, that guy's a white piece of shit. Hey, no offense to Danny, but right, is he a white piece of shit? I go like, I guess. I mean, he seems it to me.
He is a piece of shit.
What a white asshole. No offense. Like, I guess a little taken, but you know, I seem to be on your team, which is neat. Seems like we're against him.
Yeah,
If they say he's a white asshole, like Danny, that would be shitty.
that would be shitty.
But yeah, that's neat. That's a good.
That to me, like, if you haven't seen it and you just want a good drama, go see it. I really liked it. When that movie comes out, I'll want to buy it. My wife really liked it too. It was
Green
it
Book.
was overall a good
Okay,
movie.
that's a good one because I bet a lot of people have, you know, Spielberg gets the attention.
Spielberg gets the attention.
But
I don't know
Green
who
Book-
directed this. Viggo Mortensen, I thought was going to be a corny cheese balls in Italian. He does it really well.
He's one of these guys too. In V for Violence, he plays that Russian. He jumps into a role. He's another one of these guys that I wish would get more chances to be like.
I mean, but you can't look past his Lord of the Rings.
Aragorn. I need you to throw me.
Another movie, I just wanted to bring it up. The Meg. I don't think you've seen it.
No, I didn't see it.
It's a good movie.
Okay.
Don't go in expecting a masterpiece. Don't do that.
Don't
You
go-
will be disappointed. I went in expecting an alright movie
Ow.
that'll entertain me. And if you like Jason Statham, my God, you'll love it.
Okay. I guess.
You'll watch it, you'll be like, alright, like that.
You know, like the Transporter
dumb.
came out like 15 years ago.
So what?
What I'm saying is that was his last good movie.
Expendables came out after that.
Actually, I can spend both.
I know you do. So fuck off.
All right.
The Meg? My God. It's a megalodon. I'm sorry. Like, if you don't like that movie, that's fine. But God, that movie entertained the shit out of me.
Who let you back in the house, Meg? Meg, don't let you back in
I
the
saw a
house.
lot of those memes.
Dude, so funny.
I'm still going to stand by that movie. If you say it has flaws, you're fucking right, it does. But by God, I was entertained.
By the Meg. You know,
Like-
but that's what you were talking about before. Anticipation
I
compared to
anticipated
results.
that movie to be dog shit. Really, I was like, come on.
Yep.
And there's parts where like, that's stupid. Like a shark swims at a beach full of people. Like it's like, you know, you can't really move in the water. There's that many people.
Sure.
And what does he do? He swims towards the plastic bubble and pops it. Like he doesn't eat or just open its mouth and just gobble everybody up.
Kind
He's
of like
I'm gonna swim past you here. Let me. Oh, a bubble. Pop it.
a whale does with krill that goes through
Yeah.
its like teeth.
You're just like, that could have been better. But they're me. It's an entertaining
The
movie.
Meg.
Fun movie.
How
I'm
dare
not
you.
even gonna lie. Every time I see a shark, I will go, my God, it's a megalodon.
But I'm like, that's so funny. It's like, I don't know. I can't even like make fun of it because I haven't seen it. I saw the trailer and I went, get the fuck out of here. And then it kept being around. I was like, wow, they're getting a lot of money in advertising. They're doing a lot of
They did.
trailers for this shit. Rainn Wilson, I know, has a part in it.
Yeah?
It's
He
so
plays
funny.
the dickhead. He's pretty good at it.
Okay. You know what? I might have to try Meg. I have to try the Meg.
Try it. Don't go in expecting a great movie. Go in expecting just to be entertained.
I'll probably go in there hammered and just laugh at what
That's
happens.
fair. You'll love it hammered then.
I won't watch Green Book. Like, Green Book sounds to me like it's a really good movie that you can
It
pay
is a
attention
really
to
well done movie.
and understand what they're trying to convey.
There's a lot of like emotional parts. You feel bad, and there's funny parts where the guy's eating chicken, and the black guy, he's just so like hoity-toity.
Mhm.
He's never had fried chicken before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which that's the black stereotype.
Sure.
So he's like, oh man, try it. He's like, no. He's like, what do I do? Do I eat this with my hands? Like, no. He's like, just eat it. So he eats it. He's like, oh, this is good. So that cuts away, and they've had a whole like KFC bucket of chicken, and they're just throwing the bones out the window.
Sure, I guess.
And then he throws a cup out, and the black guy makes it stop. He's like, no, hey, pick that up.
That's good.
And he does. You just see like the cup sitting on the ground, and some of the car just screeches up, going in reverse, and
Yeah,
he just
so
picks
pick
it
it
up,
up.
and then he leaves. He's like, yeah.
I also don't like that stereotype, by the way, that black people like fried chicken.
Why? I love it. I wish white people. I get mayonnaise. White people love mayonnaise. I would rather have fried chicken, guys.
Well-
Give me fried chicken.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so if they're like, oh, you know, black people, they all love turnips, I'd be like, ew!
No,
that's
they
weird.
love turning up.
But like, who like fried chicken? I was like, you know what's like fried chicken? Probably everyone on the planet likes fried chicken. It's fried chicken. Why people like steaks? And you just see like Latino guys like, fuck off, man. They don't get to claim steaks. It's steak, man. It's good shit.
I don't know. I hate that mayonnaise is my thing. Apparently,
I do like mayonnaise.
I don't hate mayonnaise. It's just come on. I love fried chicken more. I love Mexican food a lot more.
Yeah, Mexican food.
I don't smother things in mayonnaise to make it better. I smother things in cheese.
Well, it's probably a white guy thing. Wisconsin.
God, that's true. Jeez.
Let's jump into 2019. We talked about some. Is there any more 2018 want to do before we jump to 2?
One 19. More. Annihilation. I just want to talk about this one part. You and me both really liked it.
Oh, yeah.
Annihilation. They go into this dome thing that, I don't know, aliens come in. Watch the movie.
You are not giving a good description.
That's fine. Well, I don't know how to describe that movie.
All right, I got it. You ready? Take it from here, Brandon.
All right. So aliens come in, and there's like this dome. Have you seen Pauly Shore's bio?
It's like a less serious version.
So it's like this. It really is like this rainbow dome thing that's covering part of the land somewhere. I don't know where. That if you walk through, things are completely different. Everything's like coming to life and growing.
Can I try?
Yeah, please. Okay. I told you to.
Okay, so this is like, imagine a very weird kind of like translucent fog that starts going over the land, and it's building. It's getting bigger and bigger. So these scientific teams go through, and they're like, well, let's go inspect it. They send things in and investigate it. They send in drones or other things. They immediately, they fizzle out, so they can't inspect it.
Nobody comes out alive.
They send teams in, and the teams never come back. As soon as they step through, they never come back. So they send another scientific team with all these special people in there that are now going to go investigate, and it's one of the last ideas that they can do to figure this out. Because if not, it's going to grow so big that it's going to start encompassing cities, and they can't hide it anymore.
Yep. Oh, that's all right. So there's this scene. My favorite scene, probably of 2008, almost one of them. It's
2008.
2018 is what I said.
10 years ago. It's that good. He's remembered it for a decade.
2018. The people that you're following are tied to a chair because someone went crazy.
So, yes. So when they go into this mist, I don't mean to cut you off. So when they go into this mist,
do it all the time.
Just to make things better.
This one you are.
They go to this mist. You're like, why don't they just pull people out immediately and talk to them? Their memories get erased. Like the guys wake up and they see journals. Like, oh fuck, we've been here for 7 days, and they think it's the first 2 hours they've been there. Their minds get fucked up. Something in this air is messing with their DNA. So some people have plants growing out of them. Some people have brain problems. They cut open one guy because he's panicking, thinking there's something alive in his stomach, and there is. It looks like there's snakes or tentacles in his stomach. So this thing is making people go crazy. It's changing their anatomy, and
even the animals in that area.
Yes, it's affecting everything kind of differently. So you don't
really know
what's going on.
Plant life as well. Plant life is growing into human shapes.
Yes, and there's giant albino alligators that have half wood or plants or something that are coming attacking people. Everything is adapting. And there's a scene where somebody goes crazy and ties people to chairs.
And it's almost like a polar bear. It looks like a really fucked up, on crack cocaine polar bear.
Almost inside out on the face.
Yeah. That comes up, and these people are just tied to this chair. They can't move. Mm. And when it opens its mouth, it mimics a scream from their friend that it had died earlier.
That it had died. Did it kill it, or was it just someone that died earlier?
I don't know what happened to the friend off the top of my head.
Because one got killed by the bear, and then it walked by the people in the chairs.
Did it mimic her scream?
I don't know.
But it mimics the scream, and it just sits there, opens its mouth right in their ear. You can see the drool dribbling down. And they cannot move, scream, blink, really, or else that bear will just eat your fucking head off.
Think Jurassic Park. You move, that T-Rex is a-coming.
Yeah, so they just sit there, and this bear is just pacing, doing this scream. It is one of the most intense scenes I've watched in a long-ass time.
Yes, and there are flaws in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
No one's ever gone in and come back out. And you're like, well, tie a rope around somebody, have them walk 15 feet in, reel them back in. It doesn't disintegrate ropes. There's problems with the movie, and it's weird. And the whole thing has to do with refraction. If people go in, their DNA is refracted onto other things. So there's a plant that looks like somebody else. But overall, it's an interesting kind of a mindfuck movie. I thought a lot about this movie after I went home. But that scene with the bear, where it just goes,
yeah.
And I just remember sitting there I don't get like freaked out by a lot of movies. I was like, God damn,
Damn, that one I was not saying a goddamn word in the theater either. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking crazy. Holy shit. Like,
Yeah,
that one got to me. My heart was pounding.
bananas. Oh, that's funny. I like that you brought that up.
That's the only scene I want to talk about in that movie.
Well, that's also a Netflix one that came out. It came out on Netflix before it went to the theaters, which is an interesting like thought. Or it came out like a week after. It was like really close to it.
I saw it in theaters.
Like Netflix is really taking over the game, and it's
Yeah, we
like
talked about Bird Box. It was one of the most popular movies right now.
yeah,
That's a Netflix original.
yeah.
And a Sandra Bullock original.
Who I think is like the top grossing actress. Like that you like money you have to pay for them to be in it. So you know Netflix is like crushing it.
Oh, yeah. All right, man. All right, now we can jump into 2019. We got that scene out of the way.
2019, I want to jump into, let's do all nerdy superhero stuff, like right off the bat. Let's just get into some
All
of
right,
them.
we'll go kind of in order. We got Shazam.
Shazam, that's a DC one that I really like the character and the comics and everything else.
Kid becomes a superhero.
Every kid's dream.
Yeah, he just says Shazam and bam, he's a superhero.
Yeah, and he doesn't know what to do. Like, he's just joking around. Like,
Yeah.
It's a DC with a Marvel sense of humor. I think it's going to be good.
Well, you thought about Aquaman.
Yeah.
You thought the same thing. A DC movie with
God,
Marvel sense of humor.
it's just, it worries me. You know what I mean? Like, when you're like, imagine you dating a girl and everything's going great, and then you take her to
I
a party
wish.
and she just starts a fight. She's like, the fuck you looking at? You're like, why? Why?
This is what you do.
Why?
Looking at a bitch.
No, not you. Like, she does it to someone else. You're like, oh no.
Oh, no, I would jump by your side like, we looking at a bitch, babe.
Oh, you got another person's side? It's getting crazy. But, yeah, that's what it worries me about that. I'm really excited for it.
I am too. I was more excited about Shazam than I was Aquaman.
Okay.
Another one, Captain Marvel. Going to the Marvel movie.
Oh, God, yeah, really. Captain Marvel, that's the Marvel one with Brie Larson.
I am a little nervous about this one. But to be fair, I was nervous about Black Panther. Not for any racist things. I want to...
Wakanda forever! They never had chicken in Wakanda either? Come on, Brand. Jesus.
But
I'm
because...
so sorry,
The
guys.
trailer just didn't grab me. The trailer, Black Panther's trailer didn't grab me. But God, that movie was amazing. It's one of Marvel's best.
Yes.
I am nervous about Captain Marvel. I
I
don't know
don't-
how it'll do.
They have Jude Law in it, and they have...
I'm not a big fan of Jude Law either.
Okay. Well, he's also one of these guys that's been tailoring off. Sometimes you'll see an actor and you're like, oh yeah, Sean William Scott. Where have you been for 10 years? Sometimes
Well, in
you'll
my
see somebody.
opinion, Jude Law never tailored on.
Oh, really? Well, maybe you need to rewatch a movie that I can't think of. How about that?
Exactly.
It's hard. I don't know.
He's a good supporting role actor. You put him the star in the movie.
Well, that's what he
Nah.
is. He's not the star. He's a supporting role. So maybe he'll be good on that one.
Yeah.
What were some of the other ones? Oh, Star Wars is coming out.
Star Wars. I'm excited, but any Star Wars movie I'm excited for.
There's a lot of controversy with that, and they have the director, J.J. Abrams, trying
Everybody
to
can
fix
just
it.
shut the fuck up, really. Like, just stop. Like, enough of your stupid petition
Yeah.
about canon not owning it or whatever. Just stop. Rewatch Last Star Wars and stop being a bitch and you'll like it.
Damn. Yeah.
I love the last Star Wars.
You know what's funny to me too is like I have some friends who are like, so I read all they said in the universe Star Wars books, and so to me, does that mean that all that shit doesn't matter? I go like, what do you mean? They're like, well, they just changed the whole story. I go, did you like the books? Then it's a fucking story that you read.
Yeah, it's a book.
Jesus Christ.
You can't do that about Marvel. It's like, oh, well, that's not plausible because this happened in this or book.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. But
Star Wars fans, just calm the fuck down. Appreciate Star Wars. It's amazing. I love it.
we got some more. I just saw the Hellboy trailer, which I really liked.
I'm nervous.
They're kind of going to a more cartoony version of
That's
it,
what bugs
which
me.
the first one was kind of cartoony, but it also had more heart to it. But the actor in it, which I can't remember the name of him, but I really like Hopper
He's
the
in
Sheriff.
Stranger Things, yeah.
He said, "Trust me, it's a lot more gore and stuff than what the trailers made you do." And sometimes trailers do that, where they'll change the whole genre of a movie, like We Are Family, the one with Robert De Niro and Michelle Pfeiffer. They made it look like a comedy, and it was not. It was a mafia family, like living in a
What did
French
you?
place.
Robert De Niro's gonna be in a family movie. You got your goddamn mind.
Meet the
It
parents.
did. It did look like a.
So I'm a big
Okay.
Hellboy fan. I'm hoping it's good.
I love, like, we brought up Hellboy before. If you haven't watched, like, we both thought those were underrated movies.
Dude, that's like a gold mine is to meet Ron Perlman. Like, I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of Ron Perlman. I've read some of his book, like, and he killed it as Hellboy. He played a character I didn't even know who
He
it
did
was.
so good.
Yeah. So
Guillermo del Toro does great at directing them. So I mean,
yes.
those are some big shoes to fill.
They have. I mean, we can talk about the new Spider-Man. There's not a lot to talk about.
No, I mean Jake Gyllenhaal, who is one of my favorite actors, is in it.
Yeah,
I love. Did you see his little video he posted finding out who he was?
Oh, I did. I don't remember. Where he's like, he found his Mysterio.
Yeah, he's Mysterio. He's reading the book. He's like, what the? And then it cuts out. He's like, just found out who I'm playing today. Disney's gonna be killing it this year with all their remakes and sequels. Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4.
The Lion King.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of the live action stuff they're doing, which is
Aladdin.
They have Aladdin. Aladdin's the one that we have the most information on.
You got Will Smith as the genie.
Yeah, and that was something me and you talked about before, like where you get worried when someone's like playing an iconic part and redoing it. You're not sure if it's going to be good. Colin Farrell tried to do it with Total Recall. That movie sucked.
But I'm just shitting on actors today. I'm not a big Colin Farrell fan either.
Well, how dare you? Have you ever seen Phone Booth?
I actually kind of like that movie. I've seen Daredevil.
Bullseye. Dude. But I'm actually excited for this. I thought if you are going to replace, you have to go in a different direction. And Will Smith came out as talking about it. He said, like, you know what? We want to stay true as much as we can to the original. But also, I got to throw in a little bit of that flair that I have. We got to do a little bit of what they're talking about, make it a little bit more relevant. And I'm like, dude, that's... And what he said, which got me is, he goes, it's going to be one of those movies, we're going to know every word to every song, and you're not going to know that you do, but as soon as they start singing it, you're going to start singing along. And I was like, that's it, dude. You grow up on some of these Disney movies, and it gets you. You're in.
And you got to remember, too, it's not animated, so you're not going to get the same quirkiness that the genie could bring. He can't just transform automatically into...
Dude, CGI. You don't think...
I'm sure they will make some of that happen, but not to the same level.
Dude, you have Will Smith. You want to use his face.
Yeah, he is handsome. I use his face. In fact, I do.
Put on the back of my wife's head.
There we are.
Fresh Prince. That's a good one. They're redoing Dumbo, which I've seen. I think Tim Burton's doing Dumbo.
Tim Burton's doing Dumbo, which, I mean, I think it'll be up there with, like, the Alice in Wonderlands he did. If you like those, I think you're probably pretty excited for those.
Well, that's a little bit of a rough one. I mean, Dumbo was kind of a darker movie when you were a kid. Rewatch it now and tell me it's not. Like, it's...
I'd rather not.
There's like, a mindfuck scene where it's like he's on drugs and they have, like, a whole... I'm sure Tim Burton's like, that's my bread and butter right there.
Oh, yeah.
I get to freak out people. So
But I mean, like I said, it's Alice in Wonderland where you're pretty much just on drugs watching that movie. They were when they made it.
Yeah, I bet they were. I don't know. There's a couple ones I'm looking forward to that are coming out.
Let's just do it. John Wick 3?
Oh, John Wick 3. John Wick 3. Me and Brandon are big John Wick fans. We've liked every movie that's come out.
If this one keeps pace with how good the first two are, in my opinion, it is one of the best trilogies of all time.
Dude, I'm hoping... So Morpheus was in the second one?
Yeah.
I'm hoping the third one has his girl in it. Whose name is...
Yes. Whose name is something. Anyway... I don't know.
Does it drive you crazy? Does it drive you crazy to know the name that we know? Does it drive you crazy?
If you know the name, just drop it in the comments. Jesus.
Yeah.
I can't. It's gonna bug me. What is it? The one coming out soon? I think next month. Was it Lolita?
Lolita Battle Angel.
I'm excited for that one.
So there's a couple movies that we already know about that we've seen trailers. It reminds me of Ready Player One. You have like James Cameron and John Landau are both producers on it. If you don't know who those guys are, they're big names. They're big swingers, like, in the Hollywood business.
The Dark Knight?
Dude, killer. Dude, Avatar, Titanic, that's James Cameron.
Did you say Christopher Nolan or James Cameron?
James Cameron.
My bad on that one.
Dark Knight?
Titanic.
John Landau.
Nolan. I thought he was Christopher
He was
Nolan.
the executive assistant,
so high
hairstylist.
Christopher Nolan.
But that one looks really fun. I think it's also what's the name of the Mexican director that works with Quentin Tarantino all the time?
Rodriguez.
Yes, Robert Rodriguez. I think he does that. He's in that one as well.
It's got Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz, who I like so much.
I am a huge fan of him,
Yeah.
but mainly in Tarantino movies.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think he'll do good in this movie. I'm really excited for it. I'll see this one definitely in theaters.
It looks fun. It looks fun, dude. I mean, even if you're like, is the story great? Like, I don't know. But I had a great time watching it.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely what I want to see. Is there another one you want to talk about?
Oh, man. Do you want to talk about Frozen coming out, man?
Frozen? Is there a sequel to Frozen coming out?
Of course there is.
Is there really?
Disney's doing Toy Story 4. You don't think they're doing a
I don't know.
Frozen 2?
What the fuck? I don't know. Is there really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I don't know when it comes out, though. I know it comes out this year, maybe.
Olaf Snowman for the win. Let's get it.
Let's see. 2018, Glass. Glass coming out in a couple of weeks. I'm super pumped. Not even a couple of weeks.
2019.
Yeah.
You said 18.
No, well, you know what, man? Why don't you just brush over these mistakes for once?
Okay, sorry guys. I do
want
want
to
to
let yours down.
I do want to see Glass. Glass with Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis, and James McAvoy. The Split, which we should have talked about 2018, so I think that's when that came out. Oh, actually, that's 2017.
Yeah, that one came out around Logan.
Really good character. James McAvoy really showing off his talent. I think that's what every actor wants to do, is to like show off, like, I can be 9 people at once. I can do Eddie Murphy, but not shitty.
Yeah.
And this looks really good. Looks fun. Looks like shit's about to go down.
I mean, it's also Unbreakable. If you haven't seen that, I suggest you watch Unbreakable first.
Yeah.
But I'm super pumped. Nothing I can really say about that movie because it comes out very soon.
I wish that we could bet whether or not it's going to be a good movie. We should do that. Like, find out, like, whether or not we feel confident that...
I was just like, that was such a good movie. I'll win that bet.
Which one? Glass? Split?
I mean, it was such a good movie. I'll lie about it even if it wasn't.
Oh, well.
That's
not fair.
Bet.
Can't do that shit.
I am not losing.
I was going to say, I know that you're going to be like, I told you Aquaman would be good. Like, we both think it was not good. And you're like, 66% Rotten Tomatoes. Eat your squid hearts.
If you want to bet that, then absolutely I'll bet that. Like,
God.
if it gets rotten or fresh.
Was it bad with the B for $1 billion box office, bitch?
Jesus. Right?
Right.
That's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of good movies, though, coming out. Men in Black with Hemsworth, and I don't know her, Valkyrie from Thor.
They're just back together. You say a lot of good movies. I actually am a fan of Chris Hemsworth. One movie that I just saw was Bad Times at El Royale.
Oh, we skipped that movie. That is one of my favorite movies.
That's an underrated one from 2018.
It was.
Definitely give it a whirl if you guys see it. We rented it from like Redbox or something like that. Jeff Bridges in that. Chris Hemsworth. Jennifer Hudson.
I think her name's Dakota Johnson from 50 Shades. She's the only good thing to come out of those movies.
I'm trying to think of the other guy's name. Can't remember. But it's a good movie. It's a thriller. It's a little mystery. The only problem with it is maybe there's not enough urgency to it. There's not like a clock ticking. But besides that, John Hamm, good movie. Really good.
There's twists and turns in that movie that I wasn't expecting right away. Some of them I was. But, I mean, it's really well done.
Dude, I should have made that as an underrated because...
I was just regretting my own. What is my own? No, I like my underrated, actually. I really like my underrated.
Yeah, Bad Times at El Royale, definitely check out. But Chris Hemsworth, despite being someone who I'm sure my wife staples a picture of him to the back of my head.
Oh, my wife moaned in Thor Ragnarok, so never heard noises come out of her mouth that way until we went and saw that movie. I'm like, all he did was get a haircut.
Yeah, I could be him if I grew 9 inches and
of
then
muscle,
and then was more charming and better looking.
Right? More of a man.
It is bad when you meet someone that's really good looking. You're like, I bet he's stupid. Go up there and makes a funnier joke than you made. You're like, man, I hope you get stabbed by someone. I hate you. But that's a good movie. Men in Black 4?
I think it's 4.
International?
The 4th Men in Black.
I don't know. Sometimes I think they run, but I like Chris Hemsworth. I'm a fan. He's one of these guys I think, I'm waiting for him to have a really bad movie, and I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen all his movies, but, I mean, so far, you're right, I haven't really seen it. He's even in Star Trek. He is.
He is, that's his first movie.
He's Chris Pine's father.
He's in there for, it's Tiberius. He's in there for,
40 seconds and dies.
God, the best 40 seconds of the Star Trek movies.
Did you not like him?
I like the first one, and I think the second one, and the third one was really shitty. Yes, the third one. The third one is directed by the guy who does Fast and the Furious. No, they did that with another movie recently. Directed by the guy that did the Fast and the Furious. I'm like, pass. Why would you say that?
Because those made $1 billion. I
can't watch
It's not the same 2 people just sitting in the theater paying for tickets every day. We'll buy the whole theater for 5 months.
Sometimes I think it's like a roach motel. Like, if you buy this ticket, you go in here, you don't come back out, and everyone's like, good, there's more lanes on the freeway.
I wish that.
With people that have their blinker on that aren't turning. That's those people.
They're the worst people trying to drift off my freeway. Go fuck yourself. I can't think of any other movies coming out. 2018.
Okay, well maybe I'll just end it on this one. We have the sequel to It that's coming out that we're really excited to see.
How did I forget that one?
James McAvoy is also in it.
Yes, Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. We're both thinking of the same girl's name, huh? The redhead?
I don't know what you're talking about. I know her name. I'm just not going to disclose that information.
Yeah, she's so good too. I actually like her as an actress.
Me too.
But
She's really good.
that movie I'm really looking forward to. It's almost like they got their feet wet. Like, will people kind of be into this? And then now they're like, because the first part of the old movie is not really that scary. The second part is where people are like, oh, that monster? Yeah, I don't want to play with him. I'm out of here. Dude, I spent my whole life forgetting about that shit. You bring it back up?
Yeah. That's probably my most anticipated because I really liked it. I don't know where they're going to go with it. I don't know how it's going to be. I mean, I know they're going to be grown up, obviously. And I'm nervous for it as well. I hope they don't just shit the bed.
I don't think they will. I know it's a right fear. It's like anytime you're thinking that something might be good. They're doing Pet Sematary with John Lithgow.
I am excited for that one.
And that's another Stephen King kind of remake. And some people I heard a guy go like, oh, they have like the animal mask in the forest. I'm out. I'm like, you're already out? You don't even know what those are for. He goes like, done. I was like, yeah, you can say that. And then if it gets good ratings, you'll probably go see it.
Well, that's you. You only see movies that get good ratings.
Like Aquaman.
Yeah. Well, you haven't seen Green Book, and that got 80+.
Well, I don't know. Now that's good.
Go see good movies, not good rated movies.
Hey, you know what? I can't think of a better way to leave off on this episode. Hey, welcome back to Whiskey Cinema. Sorry we're gone for a little bit, guys. Stay tuned. Do you have an idea of what we're doing for the next one?
Not an idea, but we'll figure it out. Teaser right there.
Oh, man, you guys are so teased.
It'll be another great episode. We'll be drinking. We'll have Mini Groot here on our whiskey barrel. Things are looking up for us.
I'm thinking we're just going to be talking about Teen Wolf 2, because I need to watch that movie now.
Teen Wolf 2? Please, let's do.
And he starts selling drugs for the cartel. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Whiskey Cinema.
Adios!